Berta J, back in my kitchen with you today. I want to give you a really simple, super simple recipe. I'm really into those. And it's one ingredient, but lots of spices. And so I call them spicy garbanzo beans or spicy chickpeas, whichever one you would prefer. And what we do is we take a bowl, and in it, we're going to put 1 can of drained and washed chickpeas or garbanzo beans. I use the organic kind from my local grocery store, and they're drained and they're rinsed a little bit. The original recipe I got from the grocery store, and they had a lot of oil in it, and I just took all the oil out. Because what was oil really doing for these chickpeas? It was allowing all these spices that I'm going to share with you that you have to mix together and put on the chickpeas to adhere or stick to these chickpeas. But you know what? Water will do the same thing. No calories, just water. So you drain them, rinse them a little bit, but make sure they're still kind of wet. You see my hands are kind of wet there? That's how you want them. Okay, so you're going to put those in a bowl. And then together with a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika. You could use smoked paprika if you like, but regular paprika will be fine. So to that you're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of parsley flakes. I really like parsley flakes. If you're ever in a quandary about what to put in something like potatoes or rice or something like that, add some parsley flakes. It just gives things a very nice taste. Okay, and to that's a 1/2 teaspoon of parsley flakes. You're going to put in a pinch of cayenne. Now I have these spoons, and the spoons are a smidgen, a pinch, and a dash. And the pinch is kind of in between. This is going to be spicy. That's why they're called spicy chickpeas. But if you don't like it really spicy, don't use a pinch. You could either go for a smidgen or just pick up the cayenne between your index and your thumb and just put that in, okay? I like it a little spicy, so I'm using a pinch. Okay, so we've got that. And then we're going to add 1/4 of cumin, of a teaspoon of cumin. Put that in. I put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of granulated onion. It's not really onion powder. Granulated onion and granulated garlic have a stronger taste, and I really like it. You don't have to use as much, so I used 1/8 of a teaspoon of granulated garlic. That goes in, and then I used a dash of granulated. That was onion, granulated onion, and that was 1/8 of a teaspoon. And this is a dash of granulated garlic, a little bit more yellow, but it's very strong. And then I put in only 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. The original recipe had a lot more of many of these spices, but this is what I like. So when you're all done, it's going to look kind of like that. But what I want you to do is stir it up first before you put it on your wet chickpeas. And I'll show you what it'll look like. Because you're using parsley, there's going to be a lot of lumps in there. So what I do is you could have either used a mortar and pestle. I use this all the time to pulverize spices. But you could either put your parsley flakes in there, but because you put all the rest of them in there, I find it works just as well if you just take it and mash it together, like pulverize it between your thumb, your index, and tall man. Just keep doing that, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a minute. Just get those spices kind of ground up. Instead of having big flakes of parsley flakes, they're going to be a little ground up. See that? Now, after you've got all these mixed together, all your wonderful spices, you're just going to take it and sift it all over your wet chickpeas. And then you're going to take your hands, always wash your hands before you start cooking, and you're just going to mix them up just like this. Mix, mix, mix. That's all you're going to do until they're well coated, and they'll look like that. Then you are going to put it on a tray. I always use my toaster oven because it's very convenient. And I use these spoons for weights. These are just my regular spoons that I eat, that our family uses to eat their dinner with, but they're very heavy. So instead of buying weights, I just use my spoons. So now you can just pour them on. And after you pour them on, get all your spices out. Get as much of those spices out. Get out all of them. And then you're going to make like a single layer. Like push them to the corners. Make sure it's a single layer. And that's what it's going to look like. And after you do that, you're going to put it in your oven for 25 to 30 minutes at 400. And every 10 minutes, you're going to go in and you're going to just shake them. They're going to shrink down and they're going to get a little crunchy and they're really going to be delicious. You can put these, once they're done, on top of, I guess, you know what I just thought of? You might even be able to eat them because it's already cooked. Eat them just this way, on top of a salad, if you would like. Crunchy, you get to eat them as a snack. They're very good. And then you can also put those on your salad as well. The wonder of video, here they are. And I'm going to eat a couple of them. I already had a few, but you can hear it, I hope. You hear that? If you let them cook for a little bit longer than 30 minutes, they're going to get really dried out and crunchy. But they're very, very nice. So, that's it. You have spicy chickpeas. So there's just a can of chickpeas with spices on them that you're going to bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. And enjoy them. And have a good time with them and crunch them. I'm sure your children will like them. Maybe even your husband might like them or your boyfriend. So try them. And when you do, let me know how you like them. And leave a message for me down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for joining me in my kitchen today.